have taken my dough out of the fridge. Had a 4-day prove. You can see the lovely little pockets that the bacteria are making, leaving, activating the gases, releasing the gases. Now this, you've got all these lovely bubbles and pockets in there, so you don't want to destroy them. So take this scraper. It's one of your most valuable tools. You want to just slide it down the side to release it from the sides, just so it comes away. Try not to destroy it too much. And then just turn it upside down onto your work surface. It might be your countertop, but no flour. You shouldn't need any flour. You see it coming away. Just let it fall naturally. Most of it will come away. There we go. This is an amazing sight to behold. Look at that. Look at that. It's just been working away, modifying the gluten significantly. And because we're using a sprouted flour, we've also modified the starch significantly. So this is, the food of our ancestors. And our wheat is not quite the same as some of the ancient grains, but we're pretty darn close. Pretty darn close. And we have our lovely Michael, who absolutely is producing the best flour in the country. He and I have been looking to see if there's anybody else. So he's only one person, and we've not found it. So here we are. Now we're going to, if you're making your bread in the larger bannetons, got 2 sizes here, you'll divide the dough in 2. I'm going to make 3 loaves in the smaller bannetons. So I've got my scale. Turn it on. Divide this into 3. I'm just going to eye it with my scraper. Divide it into 3. So there we are. And I'm going to weigh it, each section on the scale. Try not to collapse it too much. They should be pretty close to 600. That's 611. Let's see how we did on this one. 658. We'll take some of that off. There we go. That's perfect. Now take one of your sections. You're going to press it down. Spread it out into a rectangle. Press from the center. Should be able to get a fairly good spread on this. Now this is when you're going to be adding nuts and seeds and things like that. I think for beginners, just stick with nuts and seeds. You can add, I've made chili cheese, sun-dried tomatoes, all sorts of things. Now we want to do something, it's called a letter fold. You'll see this referred to quite a lot if you're reading about shaping sourdough bread. So we want it up the top. Again, take your scraper. This is very handy to bring it away from the surface. Fold it over 1/3 of the way down. 1/3 of the way down. And then from the bottom up, fold it over like a letter, hence the name. Now press down those little edges and seal in some air. Then you're going to bring it over 1/3. Again, press it down and trap some air. And bring it over again. So you have a small rectangle. Now, you're going to press that out again. This time, you should feel some resistance. And you notice the dough is not sticking to my hands. I don't need to flour my hands. So we'll spread this out, spread from the center. Now this is where I'm going to sprinkle some seeds. I'm just going to keep it easy today, and sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. There we are. Just a little bit. Not masses. And a few pumpkin seeds. We're going to add some more in a minute. I'm going to bring that down a third. Press and seal it. Up from the bottom. Well, let's sprinkle some seeds on there. Cover all the surface areas. I've added things like fresh cracked black pepper. And every few bites you get, ooh, just a little peppery taste. It's quite nice. Put some pumpkin seeds in there. Now, I'm going to roll this over. I'm going to roll it up. I'm going to roll it from the end. Just keep rolling it over. So I have a ball. Now this is the hardest thing you'll ever do in life, is shape this dough. So I'm going to tuck this under. I'm going to tuck this under. Work quickly and the dough won't stick. See, I'm rotating it whilst tucking under. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Tuck it under. Now, place the dough on a clean surface. Your hands are flat. Don't cup your hands. Flat. Fingertips touching. Hands on the table. And pull towards you. Do you see that surface stretching? Do you see the surface stretching? Do you see it's creating that tension? Pulling it towards you. Pulling it towards you. You only need to do this a very few times. Pulling it toward me. Pulling it toward me. Now, karate chops at the base whilst turning. Look, see, it gets a nice little round dough, ball of dough, and you see that surface tension. You want this surface tension here because you're going to put it top side down in your banneton. You're going to let it prove overnight, and then you're going to take that out. This is going to be the top of your bread. You're going to slash it before you put it in the oven. And you've created that surface tension, which allows the heat to come in from the bottom and give you a great big good rise. Now, we are catering for people who have maybe gluten intolerance, because they'll be tolerant, they'll be able to eat this. And we're catering for people who might be celiac and Crohn's disease, which I had. So I have a bowl of rice flour. Take your ball of dough. I'm going to just tighten it up real quick. See how quick that is? You want to pick it up. You want to plop it in a bowl of rice flour, and you want to coat it. You want to coat it all the way around. I'm going to put some seeds in the bottom of my banneton so you can see. And then I'm going to take the dough out of the bowl. It's well coated with rice flour, and drop it in the basket. You can sort of pinch the sides together to create more surface tension, and that is it. That is it. Now, if you ever traveled and you have some disposable shower caps, you won't be using them for a while, they work beautifully. You want to cover that and pop it in the fridge. If you're buying your banneton, they'll probably come with a cloth cover. So you might be using a mixing bowl at home lined with a tea towel, and you haven't purchased a banneton yet. So just use the shower cap or a tea towel. But there we have shaped your dough, ready to prove overnight, and then we'll bake